Hey everybody, this is Evan Rogers. We are continuing on with our NHK Coronavirus Extravaganza. And the reason why we're doing this is because with the same vocab appearing in almost every single one of these articles, we'll learn a lot of vocabulary, but we can focus on the grammar a lot more as well. And we'll learn some vocab and see how the vocab mishmashes together. Remember, there's a Quizlet deck that it should be linked below. And I'll just mention this one time. Become a Patreon or a Subscribe Star donor, $1 a month. That's 3 cents a day. And you get some bonus material as well off of the stuff. So with that being said, let's continue on with our exciting journey of the coronavirus. Shitsumon 4 for 使ったら吸ってるマスクをアルコールで消毒したらまた使うことができますか？おー、ご質問ですね。Again, ことができます。Are we able to 使う use? Use. Are we able to use また again? Use again. That is an adverb, so it just goes directly into a verb for no reason. Or with nothing, sorry, not for no reason. It has a reason to be there. Just no particles, no thing connecting them. It's just there. また使うことができますか? Are we able to use it again? I hit the play button. Great, I did. Alright. Let's see. 消毒したら. Okay, so in this one we have tara and we have tara here. So this is a group 1. So this is the past tense of the plain form verb, dictionary form verb. I like to call them the direct style verb. This is that form of the verb in the past tense, or we can talk more specifically. It could be a perfective because it's done happening. It's got, if you just do that and add ra, a lot of people like to call it the tara form, which makes sense because they all end in taras or daras. But really, you're just doing past tense with a ra, and that actually helps you understand a little bit better tara with the re. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is I think the best way to put it is the least restrictive of conditionals. A condition is when you say, if X happens, then Y might happen, or if we do X, will Y happen. So if this condition is met, will something happen? Maybe I'm doing it backwards, sorry. Right to left, whatever. I don't know if the camera flips it or not. So this is, just translate it like if. I'd like to also say that it occasionally can mean when. Sometimes it's best translated as when, or upon happening even. So, anyway, 消毒したら. So, 消毒, this is to disinfect something. We saw earlier a different kind of a disinfectant word, which was the jokin. It's interesting that none of the kanjis are similar. Doku means poison, and shou means extinguish. So, I guess the extinguished poison is sanitizing things. So, 消毒したら, if we sanitize them, また使うことができますか? Are we able to use them again? Okay, so how are we going to sanitize them? The de particle is telling us how we're going to do them. アルコールで, with alcohol. So if you throw your masks in a vat of tequila, are you good? Oh, sorry, a hint, we're talking about masks. What are we sanitizing? Mask o. Mask o 消毒したら. If we sanitize the masks via what means? アルコールで. So if we sanitize our masks with alcohol, 使ったら吸ってるマスクをアルコールで消毒したら. Alright, so basically so the sentence is, can we use them again if we sanitize them with alcohol? The masks. Can we use our masks again if we sanitize them with alcohol? However, these masks are being further modified with 使ったら吸ってる. So the condition for 吸ってる is 使ったら. So if we use them and then throw them away masks. So these are masks that we dispose of, throw away, stop using in some way, shape, or form. 使ったら. So having used them, notice here it's almost like having used them. 使ったら吸ってるマスクを. So if the masks that have been thrown away having been used, or if we use a mask and then throw it away, and that's the kind of mask we're talking about, and then disinfect them with alcohol, can we use them again? So a mask that has been thrown away after having been used or having been used, alcohol で消毒したらまた使うことができますか? 使ったら if we use it, 吸ってる throw it away, mask if it has been used, upon having been used. アルコールで消毒したら. So yeah, I think the best thing to say is that this one is definitely the if feeling, and this one's almost like the upon having been used. So remember when I taught you the raw form of the verb, or whatever we want to call this, the tara, that it has at least more than one meanings. And I think this sentence actually has two of the meanings in there. This is the upon, once upon, or when. And this one is the if meaning. All right, so I think we've translated that enough. I'm going to stop yakking about that. Let's scroll down a little bit. The answer, 答え. また使うことは良くないと思います. Yeah, this is this is about as blunt as you're going to get from a Japanese person. と思います. I think that. 思います means to think, and と is the quotative particle, so we're quoting what she thinks. 良くない. This is the negative of 良い, which is the more formal of いいです. So it's not good. What is not good? We're using this は to show a subject marking, or at least a comparison. At least this isn't good. Many things might be good, but at least this is not good. That's what the は particle is doing. We use it frequently with negatives. So koto, we already learned, turns things into a noun. So 使う koto, use, will be turned into a noun via using. So using, again, the mask. So it's not said, but using the mask, again, is not good, と思います, I think. Japanese people just hate to say flat out facts of their opinion because samurais used to chop their head off if they pissed them off the wrong way. So it's best to be a little bit indirect. I don't think using a mask again is a good idea, is what she's saying. 新しいマスクがないときは? Okay, so this is a great, so 時は, we're making this into generally the topic. This is everything after this は particle is much more important than what comes before this. And what comes before it is toki, a time. Ga nai, a time when something is not there. Mask ga nai, so a time when a mask is not there, but not just any mask, a time when there is atarashi mask ga nai toki, when there is not a new mask, when you don't have a new mask. Notice how English, this nai can either be there is not something, or it means you don't have something. I got into a discussion with a native student, and she was having trouble understanding Japanese as it pertains to English, because nai can mean I have, or sorry, aru can mean I have something, but it could also mean something exists. Like there is a pizza on the table versus I have a pizza on the table, we could even say. So a little bit confusing in English, actually. We have too many ways to say the same thing. So, 新しいマスクがないときは, in the event that you don't have a mask, a new mask, マスクと口の間に柔らかい布を入れて、その布を取り替えるといいです。といいです。変えるといいです。Okay, so let's talk about いいです. It is good. Very simple. And then this to is functioning also like a conditional, like the tara form. It's very similar to toki, so it's kind of like an if or when. Torikairu is to exchange, so torimasu is to take, and then kairu is to switch. So you take something and switch. Sono nuno o torikairu to ii desu. Oh, sorry, a nuno is like a fabric, a cloth, a sheet. Ito de ottamono, a thing that is woven together with string, so a fabric, a cloth. Sono nuno o torikairu to ii desu. Okay, so in the event that you don't have a mask, if you don't have a mask, when you don't have a new mask, it is good to exchange that nuno. Okay, so we're dealing with a that nuno, sono nuno, which brings up the question of which nuno are we talking about. So let's go with this one. Masku to kuchi no aida ni. So mask is your mask. To, kuchi. So we have two nouns being linked together with the to particle, which basically just means and. So mask and mouth no aida ni, in between. So this is the notice, this is the ni particle, so location, aida, between. The between of what? Notice, because aida is a noun, in Japanese it's a noun, but in English it's a preposition, so we're dealing with some weird translation issues here. Aida, in between mask to kuchi no aida ni. So because it's a noun, And kuchi and mask are nouns, we use a no particle. So be aware of that because this is a noun in Japanese. Mask to kuchi no aida ni, in between your mask and your mouth, ni, yawarakai soft nuno, woven cloth fabric o irete. So this is the transitive to put in. This is the transitive pair of hairu, which we saw in a few videos ago. Again, fancy language verbs will discuss transitive and intransitive. You should know it by now because we're trying to do these in order. So irete, so put a cloth in between your mask, a soft cloth, yawarakai nuno o irete, put a soft cloth in between the mouth and the mask. And then sono nuno o torikairu to ii desu. And, switch them in and out. So, when you don't have a mask, atarashi mask ga nai toki wa, in the event of not having a mask, a new mask, she's saying, mask to kuchi no aida ni yawarakai nuno o irete, put in a soft fabric in between your mouth and apparently the old mask. And then sono nuno o torikairu to ii desu. And that way you can switch out, you can exchange the fabrics actually. So your old mask is still going to be there. However, you're going to have a cloth in between your mask and your mouth. And then it doesn't say you will be able to, but this is kind of like, and then, so notice in Japanese, regular plain old verbs in the u forms like yomu, nomu, taberu, suru, kuru, it can mean in the future, do it one time, or it can mean in the future do it many times, or it can mean habitually do, like over and over again. So like I eat pizza every Friday, or it means I will eat pizza, or I will eat pizza every Friday from here on out, or something like that. Notice will eat and do eat are the translations for these verbs. So here we should understand that she's saying proceed to day in, day out, switch out your masks. Switch out the fabrics that are in between your mouth and the mask. So be aware that this looks like it's just do that, and you might be thinking just one time. However, it is sort of a plurality of events. She's saying do this like every single day. It's habitually do this. So it is good if you exchange that fabric. Which fabric? The soft fabric that you put in between your mask and your mouth. So let's talk about this te form and how it's affecting the sentence. So again, in the event that you don't have a new mask, mask to kuchi no aida ni yawarakai nuno o irete. This te form is saying do this first and then do this. So having put a soft cloth in between your mouth and your mask, having done that, sono nuno o torikairu to ii desu. It is good if you exchange them. If you exchange them, she should say it like on the daily or whatever, whenever you need to, something like that. But she doesn't say that. You can exchange that cloth. You can replace. That'd be a good translation. You can replace that cloth. She doesn't say this, but day in and day out, or whenever you need to. That's what's happening in this thing. So notice how this is a plurality of events, and you will do this after having done this. That is one of the translations of the te form. After having done this, do this. And toki is when. The to particle down here, I don't know if it's actually a particle, but the to here is functioning like a conditional. And yeah, great. So it's actually like a conditional, but it's also acting like this to here where we quote something, right? We're quoting all of this as being good, so to speak. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. So hopefully you can see how this to omoimasu, and this to ii desu, are at least a little bit related. And that's why Japanese can mush them together a little bit. Anyway, I think that's the end of the article. So I hope this was enlightening. I hope this was good. I hope this was helpful. If it was, consider donating, Patreon, Subscribestar, all that sort of good stuff. Links below. You get rewards if you do that. Lots of good rewards. I hope they're good. Hey, at the very least, it encourages me to keep making videos. Have yourselves a happy, dappy day. Peace out. And let's sing Vampirina.
We can sing Booty Vampirina.
You want to sing Booty Vampirina? What's that song? We're living the scream.
Whoa, Vampirina. I can make them zoo. Vampirina.
Maybe blue with pointy teeth.
Me blue is pointy teeth.